There is a lot of different kinds of content on YouTube. You got your gaming videos, your video essays, your rant videos, your slop content, but one piece of content that really gets overlooked and is more of an art form than anything is the ARG. ARG stands for Alternate Reality Game and is a series of videos, screenshots, or even it could be an entire game itself that leads to a mystery or a narrative that you have to solve over time. And then once you figure out the story, you have the full story and what is happening. But it's not going to be just told to you straightly. Now, Freedom Planet, on the other hand, is a franchise you wouldn't expect to have an ARG. But lo and behold, it does. Now, this ARG is still in development and is not complete yet, so there is still a lot that we don't know. This video is mostly to let people know about the ARG and to help each other out and to figure out what the story is so far. As myself, I'm not able to solve it all on my own immediately, as I'm only one person and there's no way I would be able to solve that. And that's kind of the beauty of ARGs. They bring people together and allow them to use the power of autism to figure them out. So anyway, let's get started. On April 18th, 2023, the YouTube channel Carol to Gaming was created. A couple of months later, on January 6th, 2024, the first video was uploaded titled Freedom Planet Secret Level. This video has poor recording quality and displays text on the bottom of the screen, as presumably we'll just call the main character, aka the person running the channel, Carol, doesn't have a mic. As we'll see later on in these videos, it's being recorded in 2015, so this is pretty understandable. In this video, Carol says that I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I'm just gonna go ahead and say she because her profile picture is Carol, and I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I'm just gonna say she because, well, Carol is a girl name, and so I'm just gonna say she. I think that makes it easier for me. Anyway, in this video, Carol says that she found a hidden level in Freedom Planet. In the actual footage, we can see that Carol is at the end of the first portion of Relic Maze, and stumbles across the area where Lilac and the gang use the radar to find General Gong. Interestingly, the section Carol gets teleported to is titled Dragon Valley Stage 3, even though Dragon Valley is the first stage of the game, not the third. It also appears that the level is incomplete. Carol jumps off the edge of the level and we see the cancelled anti-piracy screen of Freedom Planet, but it's fully animated this time, not just dialogue.
Hey, we want to talk to you about something real quick. Torque's radar says that this game might have been pirated.
Yarr, matey.
But it's okay, you're not in trouble. In fact, we're going to let you continue playing the game without restricting any of its features.
What? How are we gonna make enough money for the next game?
Well, it's up to them. If you like Freedom Planet and want to see more games like it in the future, please help us by donating. Visit freedomplanet.galaxytrail.com/donate to get started.
And you can donate as much as you want. $1, $10, $1 million.
Carol. Well, anyway, we're not going to bother you about it anymore for this save file. Just think about it. Your purchase matters. And as always, thanks for playing!
And then, after that, the game crashes. There's not much to dissect here besides the low quality and kind of humorous text on the screen, so we'll move on to the next video. As we'll see later, these videos ramp up in the lore. Now, this next video is the only one that isn't about Freedom Planet. This video is about Minecraft, specifically the Minecraft PC Gamer demo. The video is titled Minecraft Demo Secret Block. This was uploaded just a couple days after the first one. And like I said, the Minecraft demo that's being played is the PC Gamer demo. But as we see in the first couple seconds of the video starting, something's already off. The PC Gamer logo is blue when it's supposed to be red. I'm unsure why this is the case, and I can't find anything about a blue PC Gamer logo, so it seems that Carol is experiencing a different version of the Minecraft PC Gamer Demo Edition. The video starts with Carol creating a new world and going into the world spawn chest, just like the actual PC Gamer demo, where you're given a chest of supplies and have 100 minutes before the demo ends. Carol then goes to the giant PC Gamer logo in the sky, which does actually appear in the real demo, but again, it's red not blue. She destroys the P in the PC Gamer logo, runs back to World Spawn, and then finds a strange white block. As Carol tries to break the block, more snow blocks appear around her. Carol mentions that she made a post about it on the Minecraft forums, but everyone made fun of her saying that it was fake because the PC Gamer logo was wrong. This implies that Carol is playing a different version of the Minecraft PC Gamer demo. Also worth noting, Carol doesn't seem to realize that the logo is wrong. She just thinks it's normal. The next video was uploaded significantly later on September 3rd, 2024, and it is titled Freedom Planet DLC Released. Now, interestingly and famously, Freedom Planet's DLC was cancelled. Due to it never being released, it seems that in this ARG, the DLC did release. Now, the video starts and it already has better production quality compared to the other videos. Carol mentions that the DLC has finally been released featuring Torque and Spade, and that she finally got Sony Vegas, so now she can edit her videos better. Man, life before DaVinci Resolve and CapCut was crazy. Now, when Carol boots up the game, this is probably the most interesting part about the entire video. It shows the Galaxy Trail logo, but then it shows another company that never worked on Freedom Planet before. This company does not exist. This company is only for the ARG. I tried Googling just their name, and apparently their company name is also a name for a type of grass that only grows in Australia. Whether this has anything to do with the ARG or not is beyond me, but I thought I'd mention it. But it looks like that they made the Freedom Planet DLC, or at least helped out with it, as we'll see later. The game starts on the title screen, and looking at the copyright dates, they're different from the actual game. It says, copyright Galaxy Trail Games, all rights reserved, which this copyright does not include Zeal Ling, the creator of Lilac, Carol, and Mila. Well, the original Sonic fan characters, that is. Weird that in the DLC it's removed. This could mean nothing, but I thought I'd mention it because it might be important. When Carol proceeds to press start, she gets a pop-up saying, notice, Spade is currently unfinished. I believe he is developed enough to be left in a publicly available state. However, he will be updated in a later DLC. Be aware of bugs and please report them. Thank you for supporting Freedom Planet. Right. Now, moving on to the next part of the video, it doesn't really have much, besides Carol going over Torque's new abilities. Carol also shows off the cancelled stage for Freedom Planet that was Torque's stage. This is interesting, as again, this was never in the final game. Carol proceeds to mention that there was a cutscene for Torque, but she forgot to record the audio, and if we want to hear it, we have to go play the DLC for ourselves. Now, that's not physically possible for us, is it? Anyway, here's the cutscene. The cutscene plays out with Torque crash landing and saying that he sees Brevin's robots and that he needs to go find help. Then we see Carol show off Spade. Interestingly, when Carol is showing off Spade for the first time, he's in Aqua Tunnel, a level that's exclusive to Mila. Carol proceeds to show off that if you play Trap Hideout as Spade, none of the red scarves come to attack you, and instead, you fight Carol as the boss. Now, YouTube Carol then goes into Spade's exclusive level, which is Revenge Ravine. This is another cancelled stage from Freedom Planet 1. And it is unused. It is one of the only stages where we don't know why it was cut. I guess this ARG is going to explain that. And even more interestingly, this is where Carol found that anti-piracy screen in the first video. When Carol mentions that she found this secret level and then goes onto the Freedom Planet forums, her post gets deleted. Why it got deleted, I don't know, but it's another mysterious thing that is happening in this ARG that probably is a hint towards something. The next two videos probably have the most secrets in them, and are the most interesting and high effort, at least in my opinion. On September 12th, 2024, Carol uploaded a video titled Freedom Planet Demo Weird Re-Upload. Now, this video already technically existed in a non-canon iteration. It came out a little bit before, but it has since been taken down, and I'm pretty sure it is not canon. You can still find the original video though. The video starts with the Galaxy Trail logo, but it looks a little bit different. Carol says that she found this Freedom Planet demo on her PC, and that she doesn't know where it came from. That's very weird. Carol questions why the game is so purple, which I'm wondering too. I don't know why there's such an intense amount of purple out of nowhere. There's no copyright information anywhere on the main menu or the title screen, nor is there that made-up company that we just saw in the other video. Just the Galaxy Trail logo at the start of the game. Now this is when things get a little eerie. When clicking on Start Game, we get the character select screen, but there's only one option, Lilac. The music is completely glitched out, and it's just very eerie here. I don't know how to feel about this. And in this demo, Lilac uses her dragon design, not her hedgehog design. That could mean something, especially because this seems to be a very early version of the game. In Freedom Planet's development, they were actually pretty far along when they switched Lilac's design to be a dragon. So this might mean that the demo was altered in some way, and someone placed it onto Carol's computer for some unknown reason. Another thing that supports this theory is that Lilac's design is more detailed compared to her beta dragon design, as there's her beta hedgehog design, her beta dragon design, and her full dragon design. She is in her full dragon design in this demo, and the demo doesn't look very far along for it being a dragon demo. So this really supports the theory that this probably is an altered demo. When looking into the first level, it's not Dragon Valley. It's titled Sundial Valley. It appears to look like Dragon Valley, but some of the colors are different, and it's nighttime. The definition of sundial is an object that determines what time of day it is. It was used kind of in the olden days, before there was, clocks. So it seems like this is just Dragon Valley, but at night. And I just want to mention how eerie this music is. It's so clearly a beta version of the track, but it gives me chills for some reason. Very unsettling. Despite, again, Lilac having her finished dragon design, we still see beta UI elements, which is very interesting. This, again, points to the theory of this being an altered build. Another detail is that Lilac can roll in this demo. She can only roll in her hedgehog iteration, never in her dragon ones. So, weird to see here. Again, I sound like a broken record. This feels like a deliberately altered demo. Also, Lilac doesn't have her full tilt run, just her normal jog. She also uses her beta voice, which I know I sound like a broken record, again, points to Lilac's design being altered for this demo. Carol gets the invincibility power up, and she mentions that the music sounds more like a Sonic track. Then she jokes and says that it sounds like, oh god.
Well, check it out. Granddad! Flintstones?
She proceeds to go through the level. Then we get the most interesting part of the video, and probably one of the most interesting parts of the entire series so far. She walks past a sign written in Chinese. Looking in the comment section, it appears that someone has already translated it. The translation reads a mixture between "please help me, help my partner." Carol replies to this comment saying, "Oh, that's creepy. I have been having weird dreams about something like that, but I don't think they're related." Yeah, totally not related. This is very interesting. I don't really have any solid ideas of what this could mean, besides the obvious implication that someone needs help and put this on their computer. But besides that, I don't know who needs help. Probably someone, but that's all I got. After some time going through the level, Carol finds the mini-boss and says that it's different. And looking at the gameplay, it does look a tad different. Going into the second half of the stage, the music gets even more eerie, as it constantly changes tone. I'm telling you, this is probably the most unsettling version of Dragon Valley I've ever heard. How do you take a banger like Dragon Valley and make it creepy? I don't know, but this ARG writer did it. Carol goes to the spot where you normally get the collectible card in the stage, but says it's gone. It's not there. It seems, again, this is a very early version of the demo where collectibles aren't implemented yet. Carol mentions again that the music is good, and I'm scratching my head over here because how do you think this music is good? This music should be used in a horror movie. Carol goes to the third part of Dragon Valley, but all we see is a black screen with the words "Congratulations" and more very eerie music.
Sushi!
Now, this is just the celebration music, but with the black screen and just text on the screen, it really adds that creep factor. Then the game crashes. Carol says that the demo still works even after the crash, but she can't figure out how to unlock Carol T, the playable character, in Freedom Planet, and she asks the viewers in the comments down below to give her suggestions on how to unlock her. Overall, this video probably has the most secrets in it and is very interesting. But the next video we'll look at also has a lot of secrets. The next video is titled Freedom Planet 2 Cancelled, bunch of sad faces, plus leaks, and was uploaded on March 6th, 2025. Yes, this was pretty recent. The video starts with Carol being sad that Freedom Planet 2 was cancelled, and says, quote, "As we all know, the second Freedom Planet game was teased in the Spade and Torque DLC during Carol's ending." Now, I don't know about you, but Carol's ending did not tease Freedom Planet 2, and we know that the Freedom Planet DLC never actually came out. So this is very interesting, and clearly a part of the ARG's alternate timeline. Then she says that Galaxy Trail is going bankrupt, and then she shows a Freedom Planet forum post from one of the developers. The post is dated December 18, 2015, which again suggests that the series of videos takes place around 2015. That lines up with when Freedom Planet 2 would have started development, along with the DLC. The forum post reads, "We are sad to announce that Freedom Planet 2, which has been secretly in development for a while, has been cancelled. This is due to a lack of funds and our immediate shutdown, as we have gone bankrupt. I would like to thank the made-up company that I'm really bad at pronouncing for their efforts in helping us with the Freedom Planet DLC, as well as for their assistance in other unnamed projects that will also be going underway. I suppose this is goodbye. P.S. We know what y'all have been posting on the forums recently. I suppose there's no way we can stop you from leaking it now." This is very interesting, as it appears that the made-up company is what helped Galaxy Trail make this Freedom Planet DLC, and maybe they did something bad to Galaxy Trail, as I highly doubt that Galaxy Trail being, quote, bankrupt is actually a true statement. I think it's just a cover-up, but who knows. Then Carol proceeds to talk about the leaks of Freedom Planet 2. The first thing that she shows off is the villain. Now, we know this as Murga's cancelled design, and it's pretty interesting if you ask me, because obviously we know this is Murga's cancelled design, but Carol doesn't know that. Then she shows off a developer sketchbook. Now, I'm unaware if these sketches are actually official and came from Galaxy Trail themselves, or if they're just exclusive to the ARG, but from what I know, these sketches do not appear anywhere in Galaxy Trail's social media or anywhere else, so I'm pretty sure they're exclusive to the ARG. Then we see even more sketches. We have some sketches specifically of Carol. There's a lot of text on the side of the sketches that you can't really see, and it's really hard for me to read, so I'm definitely going to need your guys' help in the comments to try to decipher this. If there's anything interesting or worth of note on the sketches, please let me know. We also see sketches of the cancelled Murga. Then Carol starts talking about leaked music. She mentions that there was an audio file that leaked a few months ago before the DLC update, but was never mentioned in the DLC update video, and apparently it got leaked in full, so here it is. This is the beta version of the final boss music that would play during Murga's boss fight. As you can see, the file name starts with Q3, which means quarter 3 or phase 3, which would make sense. I don't know if there's any secrets in the music here, but if they are, I'm gonna need your help in the comments again. Carol mentions that you can find the full track on YouTube and that her friend leaked it. I'll get into that later as there might be more to it, but there might not be. Then Carol shows off some MIDI files of the early soundtrack. And here they are.
You stupid go take your flea bath some other time. I gotta go check on those civilians because we won't be able to get through the pond if I don't.
Now, after that, here is probably the most interesting part of the ARG. This part is very mysterious. At the end of the video, when Carol is about to end the video, this happens. Did you catch that? For a couple of frames, text pops up on the screen that says, P.S. Whoever keeps sending me emails about this lake rescue service thing, please stop. I tried to use it, and my computer crashes. It's so annoying. So now that we've gone over all the videos and a bit of that text, which I think confirms one of my theories, we're gonna get into what I think is happening. But like I said, we have a lot of things that aren't confirmed, and we have more questions than answers, so I might be very wrong on some of my theories. So again, I'm going to need your help in the comments figuring this out. So what we know about this ARG is that Carol is in 2015 and likes Freedom Planet, Sonic, and Minecraft. In the channel description, we see that she also likes Roblox. One thing that I'd like to point out, Carol actually appears in another ARG. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be just a cameo, but she appears in an ARG about the Minecraft alpha build. This one is actually very, very popular, and is probably one of the more known ARGs involving YouTube and Minecraft that are out there. I don't think it actually means anything. I hope it doesn't mean anything because I don't want to research another ARG. And if you do think it means something, there is already a video about it, so you can just check that out. And the ARG is ended, so you will get the full story. But like I said, I think this is just supposed to be an Easter egg. But anyway, here's my take on what's happening. The first video doesn't really mean much. I think it's just a video testing the waters, not much here, but it does lead into some other things later on. The second video shows that Carol plays games a little bit differently, and that she has a different copy of the Minecraft demo build. Where she got this copy is unknown, but it might have to do with someone putting stuff on her computer. The next video, again, doesn't have much to it. I think most of the secrets here are that her post's getting deleted. about the secret level. I think the secret level has something to do with the made-up company mentioned in the intro. This company, like I said earlier, doesn't exist in real life and is only a part of the ARG. The next video probably has the most secrets. Carol saying that she got this copy of the Freedom Planet demo on her computer randomly one day, and then later mentioning the lake rescue service in another video is very, very strange. When you combine that with the signs crying out for help in the demo, I think someone is trying to get a hold of Carol, using less than ethical means. Especially with the whole Carol having bad dreams thing. What I think is going on is someone is trying to get Carol to help somebody with using this lake rescue service. And it might be involved with that fake company, which I'm only going to pronounce once, a Terralata? I'm going to say Terralata, is a type of grass that only grows in Australia, specifically near the beach of Australia and a kind of close to the beach area. So mentioning a lake rescue service, combine that with a grass that only grows in Australia, someone saying help me / help my partner, someone might be trying to get help from Carol. But what does this have to do with Galaxy Trail? I really don't know. Galaxy Trail might be suffering from something that the made-up company did. I really do think that the made-up company is probably doing something malicious. But again, if y'all have your own theories, please leave them down below, as this is still an ongoing, developing ARG, and I would love some of y'all's input. Any theory really could help us and trying to figure out this mystery. Overall, I think this ARG is amazing and I'm absolutely loving it so far. I'm glad to see Freedom Planet get representation in a way that you probably wouldn't expect. I don't know how long this video will be, as when I write videos, I have no idea how long they will be. I will do a Freedom Planet challenge run at 1,000 subscribers, and I might start streaming one day. But hopefully y'all enjoyed. Hopefully it's a pretty good video. And one last time, leave your theories in the comments, and I'll see you next time. But that's all. Thanks.